Howdy, folks. I'm Virtuous Vandium, vigorously vanquishing villainous violins.
I'm Amber.
And here are more villainous violins for us to vanquish. Alright, folks, our first letter on this Sunday morning special is titled, Am I a Jerk for Perpetuating Ethnic Stereotypes About Jorts? And this story is an older one. It's a couple years old at this point in time, but Am I the Jerk is having a huge celebration for its 10-year anniversary to kind of celebrate some of the more outrageous stories, and this is one of the ones that they picked. So let's get started. We have two workplace cats in one area of our worksite. They add value toward the worksite, and we love the cats, and the worksite cat's presence is not an issue at all. One of the cats, Jean, is a tortoiseshell cat that we have had for years. The other cat, Jorts, is a large orange cat and a recent addition. Jort is sort of just a simple kind of guy. For example, Jorts can't open a door even when it's ajar. He shoves it whether he's going in or out. So often he closes the door that he's trying to go through. This means that he is often trapped inside the place that he was trying to exit and meows until he is rescued. My colleague Pam, not her real name, has been spending a lot of time trying to teach Jort things. The doors thing, for example, it's the real issue because the cats are fed in a closet and Jort keeps pushing the door closed. Jean can actually open all the doors on the other interior doors since they are lever type knobs, but she can't open this particular door if she is trapped inside the closet. Tortoise Jean is very nice to poor orange cat Jorts, and she is kept busy by letting him out of rooms that he has trapped himself in. So this seems easy enough to resolve. I put down a doorstop. Pam then says that I was depriving Jorts of the chance to learn and kept removing the doorstops. She set up a series of special learning activities for Jorts and tried to put these tasks on the whiteboard of daily team tasks. I erased them. She thinks that we need to teach him how to clean himself better and how to get out of minor barriers, like when he gets a cup stuck on his head, etc. I love Jorts, but he is dumb AF, and we can't change that. Don't get me wrong, watching her try to teach Jorts how to walk through a door is hilarious, but Jean gets locked in the closet at least twice a week. Yesterday, I installed a cat cutout thing in the door and Pam started getting really huffy. I made a gentle joke that you can't expect Jean's tortoiseshell smarts from an orange cat Jorts, which made Pam furious. She started crying and left the hallway. She then sent an email to the group, including volunteers, and went home early. In her email, Pam said that I was perpetuating ethnic stereotypes by saying that orange cats are dumb, and is demanding a racial sensitivity training before she will return. I don't think that it's relevant in this case. Pam is a white person in a mostly minority staff, and no, she is not ginger and does not have red hair. Too long didn't read. Am I the jerk for enforcing ethnic stereotypes by joking that orange cats are often dumb? Alright, folks, what do you think? Jerk or not the jerk?
Not the jerk. These are cats. Like, it's really insensitive to making jokes about cat breeds. Put that on the same par as racism. These two are not equivalent.
Yeah, I mean, the cat isn't going to understand that you're making fun of its intelligence.
And, like, there are problematic things. Like, some people believe black cats are bad luck and will, like, give them up to shelters and stuff like that. And when they can, there can be bad and harmful things that come from stereotyping cat breeds. But it is, again, not the same thing as racism. It should not be compared to racism. And just, it was a silly joke about a silly cat.
Well, it becomes problematic the moment the cat's welfare is put on the line, right? If you hated Jorts and mistreated him and abused him because he was an orange cat, then that would be bad. That would be wrong. But you're not mistreating the cat. You are just trying to make sure that the other cat isn't trapped in a closet with them.
Right. And I mean, it doesn't seem like it's productive to be using work hours to, I'm not sure what this workplace is, but to spend the work hours trying to teach an old cat new tricks. Like,
yeah. I mean, if she wants to do it on her own time, then more power to her, right? And I can certainly understand that having these cats around is a nice thing, and I'm glad that this workplace can accommodate it. It seems like no one has cat allergies, which is really good. And I can understand the benefit of having them. But again, she needs to be a little more realistic here, that this is not like Amber said, on the same par as some ethnically insensitive thing. But let me know what you folks think. So anyhow, take care and good luck. And Appalachian Envy says, I thought jorts was some kind of ethnic slur that I had not heard of. That's all I've got. And Hope he replies, cut off denim shorts, jean shorts, are sometimes called jorts.
Yeah, that's the one I knew.
And Sanctimonious Sanyu says, I'm just waiting for you to find a third cat to christen Jeggings. And OP replies, if I tried to bring in another cat, or arguably even mention the word cat with too much enthusiasm, I'm in trouble. Some people are extremely sick of my BS. And Duchess of Air says, I thought that we were eventually going to land upon a racial stereotype about a minority wearing jorts. And OP replies, I keep reading this comment and laughing. Alright folks, and our next letter is titled, Am I a Jerk? For Perpetuating Stereotypes about Jorts. And this is an update. And folks, I haven't read this update at all. I have no idea what's in it, but Amber said that I have to read it because it's hilarious.
I laughed out loud at this one.
Thanks for responding to my query, which had truly upset me. I worked to have a good relationship with my team, and the situation had gotten weird so gradually that I lost perspective. I just met with HR, and she had already met with Pam. HR was concerned about Pam comparing ethnic stereotypes with giving a cat a doorstop, and they addressed that, which went well. HR followed up to make sure that Pam understands. The replies to my query were helpful to help me with this discussion. HR also addressed Pam assigning the other staff jorts-related tutoring, and it's not appropriate for Pam to assign others work. This also went well. We both think that Pam had a hard time with the transition from volunteer to staff and may have had the new kid sensitivity projected to jorts. Pam got emotional about her perception that I favored Jean over jorts and gave specific examples. Some of these things are fair. Jorts deserves respect as much as members of our team. There are 3 buildings in our workplace. Jean and jorts are limited to 1. HR told me that there were 5 holdouts about the vaccines and restricting unvaccinated people from entering the building to protect Jean and jorts. And this was enough to win over 4 of them. That's crazy, but great. More importantly, the cat's presence greatly enhances our work to our clients, and jorts' friendly nature has been great. Both cats are truly doing important work. Truly, jorts deserves and can be treated with respect. We deserve to be treated with dignity at work, so I will apologize to jorts about some of the things that were insensitive or disrespectful. A. Jean has a nice cat bed with her name on it, while jorts has chosen an old boot tray in my office with a towel in it. Recently, a visitor put wet boots in the boot tray, and Pam saw jorts sleeping on the wet boots. I bought a bed for jorts today with a name tag, and it has been ordered. B. I will apologize to jorts and remove the sign saying, days since jorts had a trash can mishap. 0. Jorts likes to fish dirty paper cups out, and he often falls into the bin or gets a cup stuck on his head, etc. He is able to get out of the bin by tipping it over, so it isn't a safety issue. C. Jean's staff bio has a photo of Jean, while jorts' bio has a photo of a sweet potato. I did not actually know either cat had a staff bio, but we will use a photo of jorts instead of a sweet potato. HR also suggested changing Pam's duties so she is in charge of the cats. This I refused. The cats are my staff, not Pam's. I think that Pam was well-intentioned, but not actually meeting the needs of either Jean or jorts, so they remain under my supervision. Pam is also not to put cups on jorts' head or intentionally put him into frustrating situations given his unique needs. Lastly, and this made us both laugh so hard that we can't deal with it in person and it will need to be said via email. Pam admits that she has been putting margarine on jorts in an attempt to teach him how to groom himself better. This may explain the indigestion problems that Jean has developed, which required a vet visit. Pam is not to apply margarine to any of her coworkers. Jean has shown that she is willing to be in charge of helping jorts stay clean. If this task becomes onerous for Jean, then we can have a groomer help. I am cry laughing typing this out. Added, I'm so glad that this brought joy. Fan mail can be directed to jeansandjorts@gmail.com or following the Jean and Jorts joke account on Twitter @jortsthecat. And also, here is a picture of the two cats. We
Aww.
can definitely see that one looks like a sweet potato. Alright, folks, and there is a final update on this. Final update, Jorts and Jean. I got increasingly nervous about Pam and HR and decided that we needed to have a team meeting. First of all, the world is not sick of Jean and Jorts, but HR sure is sick of me. Pam is pretty offline, so I have not heard any of it. We selected a variety of fan art and some of the nicer comments to show Pam, and it went fine. We were all very sternly reminded of our stringent worksite privacy policies. Pam wanted to send a letter to the Jorts and Jean fan website, and legal counsel redacted the letter, which is here. The absolute disgust from legal counsel was palatable. Pam is glad that our little cats have so many new friends. Legal counsel told me to knock it off with all this BS. Someone gave Jorts a pipe cleaner. Big relief overall because I did not want to hurt Pam's feelings, not to mention I really thought that I might get fired because I doubled down so much on Jorts and Jean's content. I regret nothing. Literally right now I can hear someone playing the Jorts and Jean sea shanty somewhere in the building. Alright folks, what do you think of that whole thing and the update?
I mean, it sounds like if the cats are having a good work environment, and that's what it's important that all the coworkers have a good work environment to work in.
Yeah, I mean, I think that was fun that HR actually took this to some degree a little seriously and actually made sure that the cats were being taken care of and taken care of well. Why margarine? Why would you put margarine on a cat?
I don't know.
Does that actually work? Let me know, folks, if you think that putting margarine on a cat will help it to groom itself better.
Don't put margarine on your cats.
I didn't say to do it. I just asked if you thought that it would do anything. I don't know. I think that she may have been suffering from like a feeling that, of similarity to Jorts.
Mm-hmm.
And she might have felt that she was not in a position to question the authority or any number of things here, and it maybe made her feel upset, and that's why she wanted to change how Jorts was treated. But again, it doesn't seem like Jorts is mistreated.
Mm-hmm.
It just seems like people made fun of Jorts for being a dumb orange cat. And I mean, orange cats do have a reputation for being dumb. I mean, it just is the way it is.
I'd actually never heard of that before.
Yeah, apparently it's a pretty common thing. It's a pretty common trope. But let me know what you folks think. So anyhow, take care and good luck.
All I know about orange cats is that they love a lasagna.
Alright folks, it is tea time. Grab your beverages of choice. I've got some Sunday morning tea right here, even though it's Saturday evening, and Amber's got a joke.
Why can't you play hockey with pigs?
I can tell you exactly why you can't play hockey with pigs. And there's a lot of good reasons why you can't play hockey with pigs, but the primary reason is that they don't really fit into the ice skates well. And so when they're out there trying to skate on the ice, it just does not work as well as it could. They've got those like straight down hoof type things, right? And so boots just don't stay on them as well as humans. Like we've got like an angled foot, right? You can put a boot on that. But for pigs, it's not quite as easy. And so like they can do it, some of the more talented pigs, but it's just not enough to put together a team. So we're never going to have like the pigs versus the ducks. I mean, it's just not going to happen.
They always hog the puck.
They might. And I have Mega Mint. Alright folks, that's all the time we have for today. Thank you so much for watching. Happy, spectacular, special Sunday. I hope it was special for you, because it was special for me. Amber, we need some kind of moral advice and or guidance, and please make it cat-centric.
All cats are lovable, regardless of their intelligences.
That's very true. Thanks so much for watching, and we'll see you all tomorrow.
Bye!